They say evil knows no age. But what happens when innocence turns sinister? From real-life killers to twisted characters who chill your spine. Here are 5 girls whose evil left a permanent scar on history and your nightmares. Mary Bell, the child killer. In 1968, England was shocked by a chilling discovery. 2 young boys, Martin Brown and Brian Howe, were found dead in separate incidents. The killer? An 11-year-old girl named Mary Bell. Mary strangled her victims with her bare hands. But what horrified authorities even more was her attitude. She laughed during interrogations. She carved her name into crime scenes. She was proud. When asked why she did it, she simply said, "I like hurting things." At just 11 years old, Mary Bell committed crimes so chilling they still echo through history. With the face of a child and the mind of something far darker, she lured 2 young boys to their deaths, strangling them with her bare hands. But what terrified investigators wasn't just the killings. It was her cold, emotionless reaction. She giggled during police questioning, carved her initials into the crime scene, and even returned to the bodies to admire her work. When asked why she did it, Mary simply said, "I like hurting things." She wasn't a monster in the shadows. She was a little girl with a twisted smile and hands that already knew how to kill. Esther. Esther looked like the perfect little girl, quiet, polite, and eager to be loved. But beneath the bows and porcelain smile hid a nightmare named Lena. She wasn't 9. She was 33. A rare condition kept her body childlike, but her mind was filled with darkness. Esther's arrival always meant disaster. She lied with ease, manipulated with charm, and killed without hesitation. A classmate who got too close ended up dead. A nun who knew too much was found murdered. She set homes on fire, drove mothers to the brink of madness, and seduced fathers in twisted, disturbing games. Her real goal was never family, it was control. Total, terrifying control. By the time anyone discovered the truth, their lives were already ruined. Or ended. Esther didn't just wear a disguise. She was the disguise. A walking illusion with blood on her hands and evil behind her eyes. As the adopted family unravels her secret, it becomes clear Esther didn't come from a place of love. She came from hell. Beverly Sutphin. Beverly Sutphin was the perfect suburban mom. She baked cookies, loved her family, and waved politely to neighbors. But behind that cheerful smile was a ruthless killer with a twisted sense of justice. She didn't scream or curse. She calmly murdered people who annoyed her. Didn't rewind your VHS tape. Dead. Cut in line at the grocery store? gone, Beverly didn't break down. She planned, smiled, and struck with unnerving calm. Her pastel dresses and pearl necklaces hid a bloodthirsty instinct. To the outside world, she was a dream mother. But in her mind, she was simply cleaning up society, one petty crime at a time. With every polite giggle and perfectly set dinner table, Beverly reminded us that sometimes evil doesn't scream. It smiles sweetly from across the street. Eliza Day. They called her Eliza Day, but to those who vanished by the river, she was death in a dress of silk. Her beauty was unnatural, the kind that made men follow without question, never to return. She lured them with soft songs and eyes like moonlit water, then led them through the reeds to their graves. No one screamed. No one ran. They trusted her until she raised the stone. Her final words before the killing blow were always the same: all beauty must die. Their skulls split, their blood ran into the river, and Eliza walked away untouched, a red rose trailing from her fingertips. Some say she was a woman betrayed. Others believe she was never human at all, just a spirit in flesh, feeding the river its due. Even now, when the water runs still, some swear they hear her voice, singing low, waiting for the next to follow. Rhoda Penmark. Rhoda Penmark was everything a parent could wish for: polite, well-dressed, and eerily perfect. But beneath the ribbons and rehearsed smiles lived a terrifying emptiness. When a classmate won the school medal Rhoda believed she deserved, he turned up dead, drowned with strange marks on his face. Her mother began to suspect the unthinkable, that her little girl was capable of murder. But Rhoda showed no fear, no guilt, only quiet satisfaction. She covered her tracks with lies and manipulation, charming adults while hiding her dark intentions. Rhoda wasn't driven by rage. She killed out of cold, calculated entitlement. And what made her truly terrifying was how calmly she got away with it. They wore ribbons, lace, and innocent smiles, but behind their eyes lived something far more sinister. Some were born real, others imagined, but all left behind a trail of fear, blood, and unanswered questions. Whether it was the cold hand of Mary Bell, the deceiving eyes of Esther, the smiling wrath of Beverly, the haunting legend of Eliza Day, or the quiet cruelty of Rhoda Penmark, each one proved a terrifying truth. Evil doesn't always come with claws and fangs. Sometimes it giggles, curtsies, and calls you mommy, so the next time you meet a sweet little girl, ask yourself, how well do you really know her?